each other. Booktube.
Hey guys, I'm Andrea and today I am here to do a book haul. I am going to show you all the books I have purchased since my last book haul, which was 3 months ago. Let's just get this started so we can not take up 10 years of your life. The first one I'm going to show you that I bought was Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, and I got this from Target, and literally within the day I bought it, spilled coffee all over it. Can't know if you can tell, but yeah, this is basically a new adult novel by her, and I didn't like it, but people love it, so yeah. Whoops. Okay, the next round of books I'm going to show you are from Barnes & Nobles, and that first book is Better Off Friends by Elizabeth Uhlberg. This is sort of about guy and girl that are best friends, and them sort of discovering that possibly they may like each other, but maybe they are better off friends. Next, I got After the End by Amy Plum. I'm still quite excited to read this because I haven't yet, and it's sort of a futuristic novel, I believe, and I've read other books by this author and I really liked her, so I'm excited to read this. The next book I got I have already read, and that was Four by Veronica Roth. This is a series of novellas from Four's perspective and the Divergent series from the first book, and also sort of before the first book takes place. The next one I got was S by J.J. Abrams and Doug Dorst. I'm actually really excited because if you don't know much about this, it's sort of staged as a different book called The Ship of Theseus, don't hold me on that, by this author. And it's staged like a book, so there's the actual book story, but then there's also, I gotta be careful, there's stuff all in and throughout it and writing all in the margins of like these characters going back and forth. So it's like this story given with the stuff inside and the margins, and then also the book story. So I'm really excited because it's completely different than anything I've read. I'm still not sure quite how I'm going to read it because I think you can read it in several different ways and there isn't a way you're particularly supposed to, but I'm excited to give it a shot. The next book I got was Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I haven't read this yet, but I've been hearing amazing things and I wanted some more contemporary novels because I never have enough, because I have way more of the other stuff, not contemporary, and heard good things, so I wanted to. Also, this inside is actually a really cool poster, and I think it's really cool, but I can't handle not having a dust jacket, so I'm not gonna hang it up or anything. The next book I got was The Treatment by Suzanne Young. This is the second book. The first book is called The Program, which I have not read yet, but my cousin, who is out visiting me for the summer, she read The Program, really liked it, and so I bought The Treatment so she could read it, and I mean I would end up wanting it anyways. The next book is What I Thought Was True by Huntley Fitzpatrick, and this is a contemporary, and I heard it's actually more serious than it is light, but I wanted to get this because I want to get more contemporaries, and it's pretty. And the last book I got from Barnes & Nobles was Alienated by Melissa Landers. I got this because it sounds interesting, and also my friend Shannon from Leading Lights always talks very highly of this, so I thought I would check it out. The next books I got were from Meyer. It's more of a local type store, I believe, but it's similar to a Target. And the first one I got was An Abundance of Catherines and Will Grayson, and I got these in order to complete my John Green collection. I think it's completed now. This one is a co-written between John Green and David Leviathan, and this one's just John Green. I haven't read them yet. I still have to read Paper Towns as well, but I thought I would complete it. The next book I got was The Edge of Never by J.A. Radmirsky. This is a new adult novel. Don't really remember what it's about, but it sounded interesting when I read the back. I weirdly like this cover, and new adult can be good sometimes, sometimes not, so we'll see. But I heard this is actually pretty popular, so I'm gonna... It's also contemporary, and you know what I'm thinking about contemporaries. Need more of them. The next book I got was The Revenge of Seven by Picus Lore. Controversial, this series, and some other things that have to do with the Fathom 5, I think is what it's called. Is that what it's called? Fathom 5? Anyways, yes, this can be extremely controversial because of the full Fathom 5, but I bought it. This series is just not, it's going downhill. A lot of these books are feeling like filler, nothing's happening books, and that's what this one felt like. And then the last book I got at Meyer, which I just got, was Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. I'm super excited to read this simply because I like this author a lot. I read the Uglies series by the same author when I was in 7th grade. So I know I liked it then. I haven't really read it since then, so I don't know, but I'm really excited for this, and I really like this cover. And I didn't even know it already came out until I was at the store and I saw it, and I was like, well, I'm getting that. These next books I got from Amazon.com, and the first one I'm going to show you is The Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I actually already own this book, but I owned it in paperback, and it came out with a new hardcover of this edition, and so I bought it so it can match my collection since everything else I have is hardcover. This edition. And with that, I also got Air Fire by Sarah J. Maas, which I'm super excited to read. I haven't read it yet. I need to read it. If you don't know what this is a fantasy series about an assassin, and it's just kick-ass, badass awesomeness. Just such a strong female lead and awesome side characters, both female and male, and Kale. The next book I got was The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I'm super excited to read this. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but this also has to do with an assassin in it. The main character isn't an assassin, but there is an assassin involved. There's also a prince, and I believe she's a runaway princess. So, it sounds really good, and I really want to read this, so I need to crack down and actually read this, because it sounds amazing, and I'm super excited for it. The next one I just got was Fever by Lauren De Stefano. This is the second book in the Chemical Garden series trilogy, and I just read the first book with her, and so I bought the second book Fever, and I am actually buddy reading these with a friend of mine, Kate, and yes, I haven't started this yet, but I'm supposed to have, so I gotta go do that now. The last thing I got from Barnes & Nobles was the graphic novel Saga number 2. I read the first one and it was amazing, so I got the second one as well. And I'm super excited because it's just awesome, it's funny, it's good artwork, it's just everything you want it to be, and just awesomeness. It does have adult content though, so if you are young, I advise you do not read this, but it's your choice, so if you want to check it out, I definitely suggest it, but there is adult content, so beware. Alright, and these last 4 I got from Book Outlet, and I actually bought them for someone else to read because she was super interested in it, and she read the first book of the second spin-off series of it, and then she found out that there is actually an entire series before it, so she was super interested in it, but she's not exactly 100% keen on reading, and she doesn't know what she would do with books, and she also didn't have money. So I bought the entire series for her. Well, I mean, technically I'm keeping them, but I bought them so she could read them. I had actually never heard of this series before. It's the, what's it even called? Shadowfall series? Is that what it's called? Yeah. So the first book, this is actually a combining book, has the first and second book. The first book is Born at Midnight. The second one's Awake at Dawn. These are by C.C. Hunter. And then I don't know the order of these, but we have Chosen at Nightfall, Whispers at Moonrise, and Taken at Dusk. So there are 5 books in the series. And so I bought the series for her to be able to read them. And I don't know when I'm going to get around to these because I'm not like, oh my gosh, I need to read them now, because there's a lot of other stuff that I actually know about that I'm excited to read. And these I still don't really know what they're about. I just bought them because I knew she was interested. So she read them, she loved them, and now I have them. Let me know if you read this series, what it's about, if it's good. Just share the deets. Oh, and on a completely unrelated note, has nothing to do with this, I haven't read the Mortal Instruments series, and for the longest time people have been like, when are you going to read that? You should read it, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm just letting you know that I just started City of Bones. I've read a chapter, but I'm finally doing it. So if you're one of those people who kept asking me or telling me to read it, I'm reading it, and I promise that I will make a review, or I'm thinking about possibly doing an as I read, because most of you will already have read it, so then you can kind of laugh at me as I go through and have no idea what's going on, and I try to figure it out, and probably all my predictions are wrong. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just review it. Maybe I won't do either. I don't know. But I'm reading it now for any of you that cared or wondered or like was waiting for me to do it. But yes, I'm done talking about that now. Alright, so I just showed you 19 books, which, if you ask me, is pretty dang good for 3 entire months. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. Could have been so much worse. So much worse. So, with that being said, I am done with this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys!
Can't see what's happening, but they're all falling. No! Because I have a whole entire other stack, and it's all falling. Oh, cheese and crackers. No, no. No, 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 no. Yes, 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 you're okay. And I'm about to lose this stack as well. You're okay. I had to. Gosh, this is literally